Bienvenue à Fontainebleau pour cette 7e saison du festival Série. Nous avons discuté avec Murray Gold, compositeur de la nouvelle série de Stephen Frears, A Very English Scandal. Hi Murray.
Hi.
Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. My first question is going to be about your collaboration with Stephen Frears. How was it?
Wonderful. Yeah, it was really good. You know, he's the best director I've worked with, I think, and I'm a big fan of his work. You know, usually he's working with Alexandre Desplat, who's quite famous in France and in America. So it was, you know, his big shoes to fill in a way, and I think the most important thing was just having a nice relationship where we could chat on the phone and he could ring me up, which he did at all hours of the day. It was really good.
And this morning for the conference, he told us that the first music that you suggested was the right one.
I'm a big believer in looking and studying the script. I sometimes try and write music from the script. Before I've seen the rushes or any assemblies, just get the character themes. To make a long story short, it is true that the first thing I sent was, it worked. It worked in a nice way. I mean, actually, he didn't listen to it to begin with. He didn't listen to it till he got into the cutting room.
How that?
I don't know. He's just not great with emails and into, you know, technology. He claims that he's not good with technology, but he is when he wants to be.
In your music, we can hear like there is like some sense of irony. Why that? Why this angle at first?
Well, I don't know about irony. I mean, there's definitely the sense of a tale being told. You can't ignore how funny the events are, even while they're tragic. Yeah. Maybe actually the tragedy makes them even more funny. You know, like when you shouldn't be laughing, but something is biting inside you, and yet you can feel the laughter coming up. Like,
kind of a tricky question right now. For you, what is a good music for a TV show?
So there's a trend, and there's been a trend for a long time, maybe even since, you know, like Gravity, where producers are using just blurred sound, and then there's the kind of Icelandic, Scandinavian sound as well, which is, it's very abstract. There's a lot of tone and but not too much melody, and it's, you know, it's become very popular. And it works really well. It doesn't tell you very much. It deliberately stays vague. But I don't write that kind of music. I do tell you everything that I know about what I'm watching. So, you know, I don't know what is good or which one. I mean, both these kinds of things have a role, you know.
Do you remember a TV show, the music of a TV show that really stuck on your mind, for example?
I mean, I think the music for The Crown was very good. That sound, I didn't watch it, but I just kept hearing the music because my wife was watching it, you know, and I could constantly bring me in. And one of the things with television, music, it has a role to bring people in from the kitchen because they haven't paid to sit in a theatre. They might be doing something else in another part of the house. And if you can write some music that brings them downstairs or towards the television, then that's a good thing to do.
What are your biggest influences?
Probably, you know, Bowie. Lots of, you know, Stevie Wonder, believe it or not. When you listen to Stevie Wonder, you realize that you can do one thing with music if you want to, and it's enough just to sing about how joyful it is to be alive, which is mostly what his music effect is. Who else? I mean, everything, from, you know, all of the Beethoven and Mozart, obviously, and Mahler, and then you know, Ennio Morricone and Danny Elfman, John Williams. You know, let's listen to all of those, Jerry Goldsmith, all of those classic film composers. I always have an ear open to everything.
Do you have a favorite music from a TV show at the moment?
Oh, I loved the music for Westworld. It's brilliant. The opening music is fantastic. It's really just one of the best opening title sequences I've ever seen. He's a really stylish composer. I think he's really, really good. And I love the way that, you know, all those jukebox tracks are woven in on the player piano. you know, the Radiohead tracks and things like that. It's really nice.
What are you going to do in the future? Do you have any projects going on?
I'm writing a musical at the moment for some people in New York, and I've just been asked to score something for HBO. But the funny thing is, actually, I was just saying to a friend, the phone really started ringing a lot after A Very English Scandal. And that never happened on Doctor Who. And I just don't know, just a completely different audience, you know? But yeah, with A Very English Scandal, it's been weird. There's just been a lot of interest in the show.
Thank you very much for answering our questions.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Série.